You're so beautiful, Leia. Look how pretty you are. I'm obsessed with you, Leia. Where's your brother? Oh, he's being weird. Man, I should really have the camera on Archer right now. He's doing so many interesting things. Archer, what are you doing, handsome? What are you doing, mister? You got your birthday cake? Where you going with that birthday cake, bud? Eert, heroic man, you weren't first, you were second. Raphael beat you to it. What's going on, everyone? How's life? Hey, Maggie. Hey, Z. Hey, Remama Thur. How's everyone holding up? Archer's got his birthday cake. Where you going with that, bud? Just over there. We have so many of those birthday cakes. We get them for free from the treat store. It gives out these like birthday baskets. And so every year we get like 2 of them. And they're really cheap, squeaky toys, but they're Archer's favorite. He just like collects them. So, and curl up, bug. This is perfect, Archer, because now I can have both of you in the shot at the same time. Because whenever I do these lives, I always get someone who's like, "Where's Archer? Camera on Archer!" And then I put the camera on Archer, and someone's like, "Where's Leia? Put the camera on Leia!" I'm making you all sound like you're terrible. You're actually all super wonderful. And I sound incredibly ungrateful. Your support means the world. Hey, happy Thursday, Squish. I legit, if you look at my Insta stories, um, advertising the live, I was like, "It's Friday, come hang out." And I posted that. I was like, "It's not Friday. I have a whole other day of stuff I need to do." Um, so yeah, that was very stupid of me, but whatever. I was like, I'm not gonna go back and change it now. Just says it's Friday on Instagram. Who cares? It's wishful thinking. Jonathan, what would happen if you just didn't take them for a walk one day? I just think they'd be very upset. They would like working breeds like huskies just need to get their energy out. I think I could probably get away with it if I did other things, like take them to the dog park or something like that. But yeah, they have energy needs. Yeah, Maggie, I'm right there with you. I wish it was Friday. You're my 2015 evening programming. Is that 8:15? Yeah, that's 8:15. Wonderful. Glad to hear it. Is there any weather that your huskies hate? No, not real. Well, David, it's complicated. Archer, they want to go for a walk in all weather, no matter the temperature, no matter what. But in the summer, I have to kind of control it around Archer because he doesn't know his own limitations. He will be like, it can be, 100 degrees Fahrenheit and bright and sunny. And Archer will be like, let's go for a walk. And he just wants to walk really far, but he can only go so far. And then he'll just kind of be like, okay, now I'm going to take a 45-minute break under this tree. And I can't be like, Archer, what if we did like 15-minute walks? Like, that's not an option for him. So he never saves anything for the return journey. So, yeah. Remy Jim says, oh my God, hi. Hi, what's up? Oh, we got Blackstar in here? I didn't see Blackstar come in. Hey, Blackstar. Chandramaner says, they both are sleeping the same way, so cute. I agree. Yeah. It's very hard for me to get stuff done with the 2 of them looking like this. I should probably let me just futz with the tripod a minute so we can get better view of the 2 of them. It'll be Friday here in 15 minutes, so I'm okay. Oh, good. 15 minutes? Good for you. Jonathan, would they miss each other if they both were away from each other for a very long time? Yes, Z, very much so, actually. They very much so. They don't like being apart from one another. The last time they were apart for an extended period of time was when Archer had his surgery because he was in the hospital for 3 weeks, and their reunion was very sweet. Do your huskies throw a tantrum when they realize they are at the vet? No, David, they don't. They love going to the vet. I will say, until like a year ago, they were both like perfect at the vet. they were like, "Yeah, you can do whatever you want to be." But in the last, like, year and a half, maybe, yeah, probably, like, tail end of 2014 or 2024, they were just like, "You know what? We don't really like it when the vet pokes and prods me anymore," and they're both very difficult now. But they love, like, going there and seeing the vets and everything. It's just, like, the moment they're getting examined, they're just like, "I hate this. I'm gonna be uncooperative." But that's new. They weren't like that for most of their lives. SimbaFan94 with a $2 Canadian super chat. Thank you so much, SimbaFan. I've only been watching you guys for a year. Well, welcome to the party. A year ago. I'm glad you're here. Kevin C10 says, you were one of my favorite channels. One of. Why aren't we the tippy top? Mods, please time out Kevin C10 for not ranking me and Archer and Leia as their absolute favorite uncontested YouTube channel. CityQuisha97 says, how much has it been? They both are together, and how old are they? Leia is 8, Archer is 7. They are exactly 1 year and 3 days apart. And they've been here since they were 8 weeks old each. So damn, I thought the live was buffering. Was it buffering? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Oh, the fur babies are sleeping. Yeah, they are. They're snoozing. Did I see Mom's the Boss in here? I did see Mom's the Boss. Mom's the Boss, I went to the PO box today. I got your package. Thank you so much. She sent me a bunch of tissues to keep in my pocket when I go on dog walks because my allergies are so terrible. Did it stutter? I'm sorry. I've got a friend visiting right now, and she is a working therapist, and she is on, um, she's, like, literally doing therapy right now. So, she's, like, on a Zoom call with other people. Uh, I don't know. I don't know what she's doing. I was gonna make a joke that I shouldn't make. So, look at me, I'm learning. Personal growth. No, we didn't win the Pet Lovers Choice Awards. Sore subject. But thank you for all of your support, sincerely. You always seem to stream while I'm doing my vet assistant homework, but I always watch your IG story vlogs before bed or when I wake up. Well, that's wonderful, Sarah. Thank you. I'm sorry we stream at inconvenient hours for you, but here's the good news. Every Husky stream is right here on YouTube as a vlog in perpetuity forever. No, my wife is not a therapist. Her friend is a therapist. So my friend is visiting. My wife works in marketing. I don't think anyone saw my message Tuesday, but I had surgery yesterday, and you helped me so much with the nerves. Oh, Saturn Corgi. I'm so sorry that you had to go through that, but I'm glad. Seems like you're doing okay. You're okay well enough to be here typing away in this live. So I think that's a successful surgery. Unless you're like, yeah, they amputated the wrong foot, which would be rough. Wait, you got another email? They're doing another contest, state for state, and enter now? Yeah, I will not be entering in that. I will not be entering in that. No. I mean, I listen, there's a lot I wanna say. There's a lot I wanna say, and I will save it for the mods who get privileged information and the derp lords at the derp lord happy hour who get privileged information. And I would tell you, you know me, at my core, I am a gossipy bitch. I'm not trying to be coy. Well, I guess I am trying to be coy, but I also don't want to open myself up for to any legal ramifications. So I'll just say, I'm probably not gonna participate in the Pet Lovers Choice Awards again in future years. I do not like how they run their contests, and that's that. So, yeah. I like the background chatter while I work. Good for you, Sarah. Josh Reaper says, watching from the EU, by far my favorite pair of huskies to watch. Trying to convince the wife to get a husky, eventually showing her how adorable Archer and Leia is. Thank you so much. That's really sweet. I love that. What's your favorite brand of coffee or tea? I don't know. I have a Popper's palate. So it coffee has to be really, really, really bad for me to be like, "This is bad coffee." And actually, in recent memory, there's only 2 times where I've drunk a cup of coffee and I've thought, "This is bad." One of them was from a styrofoam cup in a Jiffy Lube waiting room while I was getting an oil change. And I drank that coffee and I was like, "This is terrible. It tastes bad and it's really watery." Bad experience. The other was I got this, like, I don't even remember the brand name. I would tell you, I don't remember it. It was some, like, born again Christian coffee for Christ or something like that. It was like, "Do you think all gays are going to hell? You should drink our coffee." Which, like, normally I wouldn't support a business like that, but I also got the coffee for free and, if the price is right. Uh, and I made it in my espresso machine, and I was like, "This coffee's terrible." And then I found out that my espresso machine was broken, and I ordered a part for it, and I fixed it myself. I was really proud of myself for fixing it myself. And then I was like, "Finally, I get to taste this, Christian fundamentalist coffee." And, on a perfectly functioning espresso machine, it was still terrible. So, coffee has to be real bad. I have no brand loyalty. I usually buy what's on sale because I just don't have a refined enough palate to be able to discern. It was free for well, it was we were it was like a family reunion thing, and, uh, someone there, like, someone from their church started that coffee company, so they brought a lot of the things, for coffee, and we were leaving for the weekend, and we were, like, divvying up the leftover food that we didn't wanna throw away, and I was flying. I was like, "Well, I can fly with coffee beans, that's great." So, yeah, I took it. Hi, Jonathan. I've been meaning to ask, do you have any podcast recommendations that you listen to while you go on for walks? I've been looking for new ones to check out. I mean, well, my interests are um politics and video games. So all of the podcasts that I listen to fall into one of those two categories. That's really it. Um on the on the politics side, I kinda like anything in the Chapo extended universe, so, like, I think Chapo Trap House, I would say, listen, they're kind of aggressively male, and I get why, like, some people might not like it, like, my wife does not like it when I listen to them. She's like, "It's just too much male energy," and I'm like, "I get that, I understand that." But I do for my money, they are the most knowledgeable and insightful, political pundits on the left. Um, and kind of anything in the, like, Chapo extended universe, like, I really like. TrueAnon is a very good podcast. Um, Citations Needed is wonderful, but very dry. It's very, 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 very dense. Citations Needed. You gotta lock in on that. I think it's great and insightful, but that is like the most like NPR. That's like they're literally just like going through it's kind of like a research paper, more than a podcast. Those would be my bigger recommendations on the politics side. Video games. I listen to Kind of Funny Games daily every day, because they do a daily podcast, so that's like kind of the soundtrack of my walks. Um, and, probably some others. I also listen to a board game podcast. I listen to Talk Cardboard because again, I'm very cool. I'm incredibly cool, and, no, nobody wanted to date me in high school, so son of a bitch, go figure. I listen to board game podcasts. So, yeah. I wish I had better recommendations for you, but, yeah. I'm gonna get you on the Jeff Gerstmann show one of these days. LOL. He's my fave for gaming pods. I know of him, but I've actually never listened to him. But I'll add it to the list. I'm always looking for more. Squish. Is YouTube your full-time job? I forgot if you said before, long-time follower. It is not, Marianne. I have talked about this before. I am actively working towards becoming a full-time content creator. What that will mean is me doing a lot more sponsored content, so I apologize for that in advance. Nobody loves sponsored content. But it is kind of the only way to make it sustainable as a career. So, yeah. What kind of music do you listen to the most? Sad white boy music. I mean, before Huskies, I was going to shows like twice a week when I was living in Baltimore and DC. Shout out Auto Bar. Shout out 930 Club. So kind of like any like I don't know, pretty much any big indie rock bands from like a decade ago is like my go-to. I do not like Noah Kahan or Alex Ware. No. I get why you would go there, Black Star, but you were wrong. I do love the Beatles though. I do love the Beatles though. Yeah, no, you're not kidding. Squish. It is sad boy music. Do you and the Derps like Powerwolf? I don't know what Powerwolf is. So maybe? Love following others with huskies. I have an 11-year-old husky. Got him when he was 3. Oh, I love that, Marianne. Weird question, but how would the dynamic be if you got an alligator as a pet? Pretty similar to how the dynamic is with me and Leia. Deftones? I mean, I don't have the Deftones on any playlist, but like if they came up, I wouldn't be like, skip this track. Powerwolf is definitely not sad boy music. Okay. Yeah. Hot take, I can't stand Alex Warren. Sorry, Blackstar, don't hate me. Okay, well, Squish, I'm right there with you. but I didn't want to be rude. Simba fan with a $2 Canadian super chat. My favorite movie of all time is Titanic. I think mine's Heat. Michael Mann. Michael Mann, just don't take a Raytheon sponsorship, and you should be good. That would if Sky Jellyfish, I am taking the hell out of that Raytheon sponsorship. Listen, I'll charge them $50,000 for a 48-second video. I'll take the hell out of that sponsor. Yeah, I'll sell my soul. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. Like these are so expensive. And I could be like, "Hey Raytheon, I'll give you a deal. I'll give you like 20% off. You only have to pay me $58,000 for this 42-second video." And they'd be like, "Okay, great." They got money to burn. They got blood money. Yeah, thank you, Heat. Or thank you, Manders. Yeah, Heat is such a good movie. No, I just can't stand the sound of singing voice Black Star respectfully. Squish. Well, Squish and Black Star are beefing in the chat, so everyone prep yourself for that. Do the Huskies like when you play music? Honestly, Sky Jellyfish, they are completely indifferent to whatever sound comes out of a speaker. They are completely indifferent. They couldn't care less. Which is why people are always like, play the DuckTales theme song for Leia on the speak. Would she like this version? She doesn't care. She loves a live performance. So it doesn't have to be me singing. It can be anyone. And in fact, I've had people on the street just start singing DuckTales at her, and she has started going nuts, like strangers. Right. So, yeah. Who's wrestling in the back? I think it's Archer. Yeah, that is Archer. He's Archer, Leia. Leia, Archer. Buin says GSD actively watches a few people's Twitch and he's very excited. I love that. Simba fan, welcome to the derp. Thank you for subscribing or becoming a member. I can't remember it. Every channel calls it subscribers, except for YouTube, which is what YouTube calls followers subscribers, and YouTube calls subscribers member. It's like a whole thing. But anyway, thank you for the YouTube channel membership. What a treat! Both Huskies in frame. I know, Goblin. It's so rare. It's so rare. How close to the limit for an Archer plushie are we? Ooh, you know what? I haven't checked since last night, but last night we only needed like 27 more to go. Um, but I do want to clarify. I want to clarify. I think I talked about this on the last live, but I don't want to like oversell it. Um, Autumn, I'll get back to that question in a second. I'll get back to that question in a second. But I don't wanna oversell, what U2's told me, but they told me 2 separate pieces of information, okay? They said, "1, if we have a successful drop, we will want to do another drop." That's what they told me, right? Hold that there. What that other drop gets to be, I decide. It can be another Leia plush, it can be an Archer plush, whatever, it doesn't matter. It can be a plush of me. They will let me pick. I'm not gonna do a plush of me, right? So that's on 1. And second, they said, "We think a successful drop is a drop that sells at least this number." Right? So they gave me those 2 pieces of information. They never said, "You need to sell this number in order to get an Archer plush." They never said that. They said, "This number is a successful drop, and if we have a successful drop, we will do an Archer plush." So I connected those dots. I just wanna be clear that if at the end of this we hit that number and they're like, "Actually, it wasn't good enough," I'm just telling you how I did that. The deadline is Tuesday, May 5th at noon Pacific, which I believe is 7 PM UTC. Um, and the thing I love most about U2's is they gave me 100% creative control over the plush. 100%. Oh, there was a super chat I missed. I'm sorry, Simba. Thank you so much for the super chat, Simba. So was Simba next door named after Simba from The Lion King? I presume I never actually asked. I don't know. Doesn't Simba just mean lion? Isn't it like Swahili for lion or something like that? I believe. I could be wrong. I would love a Hamathan pillow. Well, that makes one of us. Okay, everyone here will be getting plushies for Christmas. Mom's boss, stop. Stop. No, honestly, Mary, I think we're gonna hit it regardless. I'm gonna make at least one more plush video. And the last time I made a plush video, which was a week ago, we got 50 sales from it. So I'll make at least one more plush video. I might make 2 more. Simba is Swahili for lion. See, Pretzel, I wasn't talking out of my ass. I know things. I know stuff. Everyone's like, "You don't know anything." And most of the time they're right, but sometimes I do know stuff. Wait, how can we pre-order the plushies? You go to if you go to siberianderpskis.com, that redirects to my link tree, and the very first link is for it. That's the easiest way to get there because it's like youtubes.com/Leia underscore plush underscore 9 underscore inch or like something like that. I don't remember the exact URL. Um, oh, Blackstar just put the URL there. Thank you, Blackstar. No, hang on a sec. Give me a minute. Give me a second. I'll be right back. You guys watch the Huskies. Give me a sec. That's the Leia plush. They look so annoyed. She looks so annoyed. Sorry, Leia. So yeah, that's the U2's Leia plush. Exclusively at U2's.com. I wish I could stop talking like this. I hate everything and myself, but not the all-new U2's Leia plush. Exclusively at U2's.com. Yeah, I wish I could turn it off. I just kind of talk like that. You should create a world map with a little Leia face in all the places she ends up. Ooh, that's a neat idea. Well, I don't have any insight into who has bought these because it's all done through U2's. Can we expect a plushie giveaway? Z, yes, absolutely. I personally am buying 20 plushes. So I will have this one, which is the prototype. I'm never giving this one up because this is the prototype. And right now, it's a one of one. As of right now, no others exist. Now that will change. That will change in the future. Obviously, they're going to make some more. But for the time being, this is the only one. And so like any of the like promotional pictures or things that you saw, that's this actual one. They took all the promo pictures and they mailed it to me. So I think I'm gonna put this thing in a case actually. Um, but I am buying 20 additional U2's plushes. And my plan is to do like contests and giveaways and things like that over the next like year or two. So don't forget the calendar idea for the love of God, please. I need one. No, here's the thing, Ert Heroic. Um, I should make a calendar. I'm just so tired. I can't imagine adding like one more thing on my list. Do you know what I mean? I just can't imagine adding one more thing to my list. So like let's revisit that in a couple of months. Let's put a pin in that and revisit it like the end of June, beginning of July. Um 'Cause I just, like, I'm so exhausted now. I'm spread so thin now, you know? Yes, I know mom's the boss, that is true, but I actually did look into making a calendar, and, like, weirdly, you have to kinda, like, be done with it and ready to go by, like, July, August, and that I don't, like, even think about doing a calendar until November, typically, and that's why I, like, haven't done a calendar ever, so I mean, if it were as simple as, like, I just go through and, like, pick out some pictures that I've already taken, you know, I might just do that. Yeah, rather than having a dedicated photo shoot. "Hey, mate, random question. How did you get your huskies to walk so well on lead? My 10-month-old boy pulls so hard I couldn't even imagine trying to walk too, LOL. Love the channel, mate. Well, thank you so much, mate. I would say that, well, first off, they pull a lot. Like, have you seen any of my content? Leia literally does like 360 jumps. That's how much she pulls. Um, but second, I didn't really teach Archer how to walk on leash. Taught Leia how to walk on leash. And the best tool for that was a wooden spoon with some cream cheese smeared on the end of it. And I would kinda hold it at my side, and she would walk in, and that's how I got her to sit and things like that. So she's actually pretty good on leash. I think she taught Archer more than anything else. Genexia says, "Hey, hello!" Seeing the huskies take naps is really making me sleepy. Yeah, me too, Genexia. I got such little sleep last night. I literally got less than 4.5 hours of sleep. So there won't be a Twitch stream today. Yesterday on the Twitch stream, I was like, "Oh, I really wanna do a Twitch stream tomorrow." That's true. That holds true. But my friend who's staying with me, she is doing therapy for people, like, administering therapy until, like, 2 p.m., and I need a nap. I'm going to have to nap at some point this afternoon. I know I'm going to crash. So there won't be a Twitch stream today. I can function fine, Hannah, until probably about 2 p.m., and then I will need to nap for, like, an hour and a half. So, why pick YouTube and Twitch versus TikTok or IG? Many reasons. A lot of reasons. Honestly, I would do more live streams on TikTok and Instagram, and I used to do a lot of live streams on TikTok because TikTok is where my biggest audience is. I have 1.2 million followers on TikTok, so, just on paper, I should be doing them there. But I would say that, like, live streaming on TikTok is a little bit less fun for me because the thing I enjoy doing the most, no, that wasn't a humble brag. That was like a capital B brag. I have 1.2 million followers on TikTok. Yeah, I'm shouting it from the rooftops. I'm not like, "Oh, is that a lot?" No, Mary, I know exactly what I'm doing. But I but on TikTok, they like I don't know how to explain it. If you've never participated in a TikTok live, they're just different and they're like all about being like it's just the creator shouting at the screen, being like, "Guys, tap that screen. Tap that screen. Give me those likes. Tap that screen. Give me those likes." Uh-oh, we're now in a creator battle where it's a split screen and you can see the other creator and we have 3 minutes and whoever gets more money sent to them wins, and I'm just like, "This is boring. Why am I watching this?" So, I never used my TikTok streams like that, but also on TikTok, you can, like, send gifts, and every gift costs, like, anywhere from, like, a penny to, like, $5 or something like that, and if someone spends any amount of money on me, I feel compelled to call it out and, like, thank them because that it would be rude otherwise. Um, and the streams end up just me being it just being me saying people's names over and over again for, like, an hour. I'm just like, "And thank you this person, and thank you to that person, and thank you to this person, and thank you to that person," rather than, like, properly engaging with the community. I will always prefer, like, riffing with you guys and vibing with you and things like that over just, like, engagement for engagement's sake. The creator also gets, like, a fraction of a penny on TikTok, I think. Yeah, that is true. Like, I've done, like, 2-hour TikTok lives before, and I've made, like, $11.04, and, like, that's fine. It's not about the money, but it is also just, like, if I am serious about becoming a full-time content creator, like, that's not the future, you know what I mean? So and just in my personal experience, like, Twitch and YouTube have the best culture for live streaming, um, and for community engagement and things like that. I really love that the VODs live on. They don't live on in TikTok. They're just gone. Um, yeah. Yeah, people gift hoping it goes to the creator. Meanwhile, TikTok pockets most of it. Yeah, that is true. Yeah. So, yeah, for those reasons, I don't really do TikTok lives all that much anymore. I think I am gonna do a TikTok live this week, if only just to let people know, like, "Hey, it's your last chance to get a Leia plush because they're gone forever after Tuesday." Lasai, I'm not on TikTok. Well, good news, Duchess. I mean, every piece of content I put out there lives on every other channel, so you're not gonna miss out on much, Duchess. Which of the gift stuff gives the most money to creators? I should know the answer to that, but I don't. Couch nap is in the cards for me as well today. Yeah, I mean, Maggie, you ruined it. I just didn't sleep well last night. Well, I just went to bed late and had to get up super early. I had to get up at like 7. Patreon does. Yes, Patreon gives the best split. You're correct, Blackstar. That's right. That is right. I'm not on TikTok either. I understand. I understand. I found that my audiences are really segmented. Like, generally speaking, the people who follow me on Instagram aren't the same who follow me on TikTok, aren't the same who follow me on YouTube, etc. So, Mastech says, testing chat. I think it works, Mastech. Who's your go-to airline? Well, I fly Delta, but I mean, I'm not like I am a loyalist because I used to be a frequent flyer. I used to have to travel every other week for work, and I did that for years. And if you have to travel for work, my advice to you is 1, pick an airline. 2, get that airline's credit card. 3, only fly that airline. Because your mission then is to get status as quickly as possible. Because once you have status, once you're in the golds and the platinums, it is pretty nice. It is pretty choice. But, like, if you fly on an airplane twice a year, you'll never get it, so it doesn't matter. Genuinely doesn't care. Yeah. Yeah, that Doctor Who, that is the big thing, is, like, being allowed to plan your own travel. That is a big variable. Sometimes you don't get a choice, but yeah. What age, gender group watches you the most? I think YouTube tells you. Yeah, they all tell me. I will say that the majority of my audience are women between the ages of 18 and 35. That is the that is the vast majority of my audience, like 60% of you. So, yeah. Leia and Archer are big snoozing. They're so precious. Thank you, Marie. I agree. I agree. I prefer YouTube over TikTok all day, every day. Yeah, I get that. I only watch TikToks with the drama at night when I can't sleep. You know what's weird? I I don't really watch TikTok that much on my algorithm, but my wife and I watch TikTok together on like her For You page. We call them Rachel Talks because her name's Rachel. So she's like, it's Rachel Talks time. And then I have to turn off the television and sit next to her. And she like puts the phone between us and we just scroll. It's nice. It's fun. Please don't share your age online, y'all. Internet safety and privacy is important. Squish is very correct. Archer is a chick magnet. You have no idea. Blackstar gives the exact opposite advice to Squish, saying age, sex, language, encouraging you to dox yourself. There's a schism amongst my mods, and it was caused by their musical preferences. Yeah. Blackstar is like, please, in the chat, deposit your home address and social security number. Y'all, if you're here, we love animals. What was the name of your first pet? I was correcting myself. Scroll up. Jonathan, you missed Blackstar's first message. Guys, nobody should listen to me ever for like any reason. just, just so we're clear. There goes Jonathan bullying his mods again. It's my love language, Marie. It's how I show affection. My okay. I'm not, I'm not reading that, Connor Maidens. Um, I only have top comments turned on. Oh, that's smart. Where is the GSD unimpressed emote when you need it? That's good, Blackstar. Yeah, you're right. I feel a new gray hair sprouting. No, Squish, I'm sorry. Now people are just like saying the names of their first pets. The guys, that was a joke. Don't tell me the names of your first pets. Don't do that. But your mother's maiden name. Now that I'd be curious to know. My YouTube page keeps recommending me videos of Leia and Archer when they were 3 months old. You know what's interesting, Cowler? I've just noticed, like, in the last, like, 2 days, I've been getting a lot of notifications that some of my older videos on YouTube from, like, 2 years ago are now getting comments. For some reason, the algorithm is just like, "Yeah, let's bubble these back up to the top." So, yeah. Y'all, please don't tell the internet the answers to your standard security questions. Absolutely do not do that. Who's the name of your favorite teacher, though? Just as a conversation starter. If you had to pick one. OMG, yes. Baby Leia and Baby Archer. Yeah, I know. Yeah, they were, like, aggressively cute. Baby Archer is a Jordan. Jonathan, please. Okay, Squish, I'm sorry, I'll stop. I'll stop with the joke, Squish, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm an Insta story watcher only. Was a bit surprised when you said wife. Really out of touch with the Derpski lore. Yeah, I mean, I'm married. She exists. She's here. Um, Black Star, please type out, Jonathan. Well, she's not here now. She's at work at the moment, but she lives here. Oftentimes, I'm just like filming around her, but she does not want to be featured. So I would love to feature her. She's much prettier than I am. I want people to know how much above my weight class I am punching. I want people to be like, "Dang, she can do a lot better than him," which, like, objectively, she can. That's fine. I don't need you to believe me, Jeff. I don't need your approval, Jeff. Mods, time out Jeff for his hurtful words. Do they listen to her? They do listen to her. They don't listen to me, they listen to her. Actually, I've told this story before. I was like, I, like, just well, I don't know if I should tell this story. I'll tell a version of the story. I just got her to the point where she was like, "Maybe I do appear on content," and then we got some, like, real creepy DMs, and she was like, "Never mind, never mind. You're a straight white man, and you get the creepiest DMs. Extrapolate if you're just, like, a woman on the internet. I don't need to tell you, there's a 60% statistical chance that you are a woman on the internet. You tell me, I don't need to tell you." Jonathan's wife values her privacy and does not wish to be on the channel. As a community, we will respect that privacy, and anything that may make her uncomfortable will be removed potentially. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Black Star. It's very sweet of you to say. Thank you. That's a good reminder. But again, I can't prove that she exists. I mean, if you watch all my videos, it's like, really? He's married to a woman? Getting gay vibes from him, if I'm being honest. So I don't know. Could all be a delusion. Could be a ruse to throw you off course. I don't know. I don't know. Can Leia kill Archer live right now? That's up to Leia. I'm not gonna make her do anything, but I'm not gonna stop her either. Does she ever watch the lives? Do you tell her we love her too? No, she never watches the lives, actually. She used to. When I first started live streaming, she would lurk, sometimes. I have seen her engage in the Twitch chat once or twice, and I didn't call her out. I've never seen her engage in a YouTube live. I don't think she's ever actually been on a YouTube live. Um, one time I'll tell this now because it was, like, a long time ago. It was, like, when I first started streaming, she, like, sent a big gift, in the chat, and I was like, "Oh, this person, thank you so much." I knew exactly who it was, and then it started, like, a gift train. It was on TikTok, it wasn't on Twitch or anything like that. And then whenever it was done, I went to talk to with her about it. She's like, "You see what I started? You see that gift train I started? You see that gift train I started? You see that?" It's like, "I did see that, thank you. Thank you." So, but yeah, I mean, she's at work right now. She's, like, in a meeting, so there's no way she's doing this. Yeah. Yeah, she's never, like, really engaged with the chat. She's just dropped, like, a message or 2. Um, yeah, and again, that was, like, a year ago. I honest to God haven't seen her in any live in, like, at least a year. So, I think her stance is like, "I get enough of you. I don't need to tune in to more of you." Like, that is fair. She also says that a lot when people compliment my voice when they're like, "Oh my god, you have such a nice voice." I'm like, "Oh, thank you. I've never heard that before." She's like, "These people have had to listen to you for a few minutes. I've had to listen to you for years." Like, it's hard to argue with you, Rachel. You're making some really valid points right now. So, that's what I meant. The constant zesty vibes made you think you were single. Damn, Leia's adorable AF. Yeah, sorry to disappoint everyone. I mean, I don't know. Who knows how uh, firm this marriage is. Never let your wife stand in the way of finding your true love. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. None of you could hope to compare to her. But she is bi. We're always looking for a third. So, hope springs eternal. That's all I'm saying. Caller production. These huskies need to get a Guinness record for being the most adorable. Oh my god, John. I've said that before. I've said that so many times. I've made that joke so many times. Shannon lies in the chat. I never thought you were gay. Somebody block Shannon for her lies. We don't believe you. Everyone thinks I'm gay at some point, including my own mother. Including my wife before we started dating. That is true. Time to call the Guinness guys. You know, you could just, like, buy a Guinness, like a Guinness World Record. You can just buy one. You could just give them money, and they'll just, like, work backwards and be like, "Okay, I guess you're the only person who's done this thing," and then they'll give it to you. I'm not gonna lie to you, I've considered it. They're expensive. They're, like, multiple thousands of dollars, but I considered it because I was like, "Well, if I, like, add it to the resume," and I'm like, "Guinness World Record holding huskies," maybe more brands would wanna work with me. Yeah. How are Monmouth Serbian lessons going? She is loving it. She's, uh, uh, uh Chinexi says, "What an honor to be such an ally that people question if you're gay." Yeah, no, sincerely, Jen, thank you. Um, her Serbian lessons are going great. Manders is referencing, "There's a helicopter right over my head. They found us, Leia." Well, we had a good run, Leia. It's time for us to get the hell out of Dodge. Um, ye m I'm going to the Balkans, this autumn with my mom and my brother and my wife and his girlfriend, and, my mom is ethnically Serbian, but she doesn't speak the language. Her parents did, but they spoke English in the home, so, and so in anticipation of that trip, she's taking Serbian lessons right now, and she's very excited about it. She's having a blast taking her Serbian lessons. So just kind of connecting to her roots and her youth. Because she grew up around, she grew up in the Serbian Orthodox Church in a community of Serbian immigrants. So for her, it's very much like she remembers a lot of this from her youth. But she never, no, I don't know Serbian. Never, my mom doesn't know Serbian, you know. It was her parents' first language, but uh they spoke English in the home. Like, her parents were babies when they came to America, so they you know, her grandparents immigrated here when her parents were babies. So I don't know any Serbian, no. Will you be just in Serbia or traveling to other places as well? Other places as well. Certainly, at least the Balkans are weird because the way it works is it doesn't matter if you're from Croatia. If you are Orthodox, you're Serbian. Like, the Balkans are an interesting place where your, like, religious identity is tied directly to your ethnic identity more so than, like, your geography. Because, like, ethnically, they're all, like, the same people. Don't tell them that, I'll get very upset, but they are. Um, so it's an interesting place. I mean, my brother wrote his dissertation on this, so I'm just kind of parroting his dissertation now. But, so long story short, I know my grandma's family is actually from Croatia, so I think we are gonna hit up Croatia and go to, like, her village, and also just, like, frankly, Croatia's prettier. So it's Serbia's landlocked, and Croatia has a coast. Do you know any other languages besides English? Well, first off, Pretzel, thank you for the $2 super chat, and no, I do not. I speak one language, and I speak it poorly. So, Daja says, "I'm from Croatia," and you're right. Thank you, Daja. Thanks for having my back. She did win the Colo argument. I haven't she was just like, "See, I told you." I was like, "Yeah, I guess you did tell me. I guess you did tell me." So, have you ever been to Europe? Yeah, a bunch, Josh. But mostly, honestly, mostly the UK and France, 'cause, my dad is British, was British. He's dead. And so we would spend a couple of months every summer in the UK, just like at my grandma's house. That sounds very exotic and cultured. Yes, I used to summer in England. But, if you are in the UK right now, it was Warrington. And if you're familiar, you're like, "Why would anyone spend their summer in Warrington?" Great question, but that's where my grandma lived, and I love my grandma. So, I laugh every time I see how Croatia scooped up all the coastline and left Bosnia and Herzegovina with, like, 2 inches of beach. I mean, they kinda did, didn't they? What's the most romantic language in your opinion? Weird question, Vigilant. What's the most romantic language in your opinion? I don't know, Vigilant. I've not thought about it a lot. I'm gonna go with Klingon. If I had to pick one, you know. Um, the winky face did sell it, Squish, you're correct. I do wonder if that's the country with the, bizarrely strong plum liquor. Well, you're talking about Slivovitz, and it is Serbia. Yeah, but I sort of feel like every single one of them would have their own kind of plum brandy. At my brother's wedding, my brother and his ex-wife got set up on a blind date because they were both half Serbian. Very similar backgrounds, Serbian American mother, that sort of thing. And so they actually got married in the Serbian Orthodox Church, and I was the best man. And we got there. That's a good reference, Briar, that's a great callback. That's a great callback. If you know, you know. I'll get back to it. But, we get there on the day of the wedding, and the priest, the Serbian priest, looks at me and he's like, "You're the best man. Where's the Slivovitz?" I was like, "What?" He's like, "You didn't bring the Slivovitz?" And I was like, "Nobody told me I needed to bring Slivovitz." And he was like, "You're Serbian and you didn't bring the Slivovitz?" I was like, "Bro, my dad's English. I don't know any of this stuff." So he was aghast that he was upset with me. He was like, "You were a bad Serb." And I was like, "I know. I'm aware. Duh. Me and Canta Musica just ordered my Leia plush. Thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. I hope you like it. I really hope you like it." Like Mary, like literally. That's literally the vibe I got. Warrington famous for IKEA. Yeah, okay, yeah, so it does yeah, I'm not crazy, it does have that IKEA. Dude, the internet says it's French. I mean, it might be French. I mean, I get why they say that. Please explain what that is. Schlivovitz is it's plum brandy. It's brandy made with plum or from plum. Pellinor says, "Hel hello? Hey, Pellinor, what's up?" I'm waiting for Archer plushie. That's fair, Blitzblock. I'm super excited about it. About to order my mug next. Yay, payday. Oh, thank you so much. That's really sweet of you. That's really sweet of you. Thank you. I was so proud of myself when I came up with the mug. I was patting myself on the back for hours. I was like, "Jonathan, you genius." Um, oh my goodness, this live is hilarious. Yasmin, I only have one speed, which is I did not sleep a lot last night, and I've had 3 double espressos. So, here we go. Let's make some mistakes. Let's make my mods mad at me. Bug is definitely a vocal stim at this point. Yeah, I mean, for me too, but yeah. Archer, I love you. Thank you, Inazuma Fox. Archer reciprocates. Blackstar says, "Why?" Squish says, "I sense another grace." Well, you know me, I'm a rascal. I'm a rogue. Like every husky, I know exactly what you want me to do. I just don't care. Briar says 100% love that I'm in good company with the bug stim. See you, Pretzel. Thanks for hanging out. Ah, Merseyside. Love that neck of the woods. It can be really pretty there. I mean, I love it too, flailing. I do. I unironically do. Um, but like I have no illusion. Like I grew up In a real sense, I grew up there, 2 months of the year, every year until I was about 15, I would spend there. But, I went back as an adult, kinda like just before the pandemic is the last time I was back there. So it's been a minute, but I went to Warrington Market, which I used to love as a kid. I used to that was like it had this magical aura when I was a kid, and I got there as an adult, and I was like, "Yo, this is depressing. Did it always look like this?" And everyone was like, "Yeah, it kinda always looked like this." And I was like, "Oh, this is a bomb," or, "Oh, I guess I'm just an adult now 'cause this isn't great." So, yeah. Severe, and just a question. I live in an apartment, and I would really love to get a husky. Bad idea or not? Probably a bad idea. I'm gonna level with you. Um, it really just depends on how much time you have. It really just depends on how much time you have, which is a great segue into Roboman's question. How long do you walk for each day? I walk on average about 2.5 hours a day. Um, Last night it was less. Last night we only walked for like 2 hours and 10 minutes, but the twice this week we were gone for over 3.5 hours. So, you know, it's less about mileage, more about time with them. Oh my goodness, 3 espressos. What am I gonna do when you go to Serbia and there's no Archer and Leia videos? I watch them at the gym. Jonathan, don't be so mean to us. I mean, I'm sure I'll post Instagram stories from Serbia. Every time I encounter a street cat, I'm gonna do something. Someone named Alyssa just placed an order at the merch shop. Alyssa, if you're in the live, thank you. I just got a little notification on my phone. It actually told me your full last name, but I'm not gonna read that out. I'm not gonna dox you like that. But thank you. That's you? Oh, thank you. Stop spending money on me. So you bought a thing from the merch store and you bought the Leia plush? Chill with that. You're good. You're done now. Cutting you off. I feel like a husky without a fenced yard would be a headache. Well, Squish, we had Leia in an apartment until she was about 6 months old. So from 2 months to 6 months, she lived in an apartment. And yeah, it was a whole thing. Well, Black Star, I really don't want you to do that, Black Star. That would make me very uncomfortable. Carrie, don't freak out too much. I'm going to Serbia on vacation for like a week. I will be gone for like a week tops. So, yeah. Do you have any good Puck stories? Yeah, so Airbus is talking about my childhood husky Puck. So Puck and Chessa, boy and girl, respectively, were litter mates, and they were my huskies growing up. And they are a large part of the reason why I wanted to get Archer and Leia, because just saw how special and wonderful their relationship was. And there are 2 things that Puck did that I'm like, "Damn, I kinda wish, like, social media was a thing." Because like, Instagram didn't exist, and I couldn't capture, like, Puck being Puck properly. But, the 2 things he did, he would just, like, stand on the kitchen table a lot, and he was so quiet when he would get up there, you'd have no clue that there was a dog standing on the kitchen table. Yeah, like Midsummer Night's Dream, Hannah. Which shows you how insufferable I was as a child, because I named him as a kid. I was like, "Let's name him after Shakespeare." What kid does that? Kids should be naming their dogs, Sausage or Donut. They shouldn't be naming them after Shakespeare, but that, go figure, I got bullied a lot. Son of a bitch, who could have seen that coming? Anyway, um, so you'd walk into the kitchen and Puck, who was in my head, he was as big as Archer, but I actually think he was probably a little bit smaller than Archer. Would just be standing there on the kitchen table, and he wouldn't make any noise when he'd get up there, so you'd have no clue, and you'd walk in there, and you'd just be like, "Puck, what are you doing on the table?" And he'd, like, look at you, and then he'd just start that slow wag. Um, and that's one that I'm like, Puck would have gone viral a lot for that. A lot. He would have been a superstar for that. And then the other thing is we had like an awning, like an overhang, that we used to park the minivan under in the back of our house. And, my parents would leave the passenger side window down 24/7 on like, the passenger side door, the window would be down 24/7 because Puck liked to sleep in on the passenger seat of the minivan. So we would just leave it down all year round so that he could just, in the middle of the night, go outside and jump into the car window and curl up and go to sleep there. Um, and, yeah, that is a thing that was very unique to Puck, very, like, quirky husky, and one time only, the window was up and he thought it was down, and I watched him jump right into it, and he was very dazed. I felt really bad, but it was very funny to see. It was very funny to see, I'm gonna level with you. Um, yeah. Yeah, just whoop, right in. But, yeah, Archer or, Leia met Puck. Puck lived to be he was, like, 17 and 9 months. Yeah, he was 17 years and 9 months when he died, when he passed. So, he was a wonderful boy. He was a wonderful, wonderful boy. Has Archer ever eaten chocolate? No, but Puck actually ate an entire bag of Hershey Kisses once. And chocolate's very toxic for a dog, and we only found out because there was a pile of chocolate dog vomit and, like, tinfoil wrappings from the Hershey Kisses, and he was fine. He, like, vomited it all up. He was fine. How's your mom's current dogs? They're doing great. Actually, I need to call my mom. Mom's the boss. Thank you. She is driving to, Kentucky right now, so I need to give her a ring, check in on her. Kentucky from Maryland. She's visiting some friends. She was like, "Yeah, it's like a reunion with my college friends." She went to University of Kentucky. I was like, "That's great." And she was like, "Yeah, we're doing this party." And I was like, "Mom, this is perfect because your friends are all wealthy boomers." She was like, "Yeah." I was like, "This is great, Mom. They're gonna be wasted this weekend." She's like, "Yeah, they're gonna be really drunk this weekend." I was like, "This is perfect. Here's what you do, Mom. You wait until they're all drunk, right? And then you tell them that they need to buy each one of their grandchildren a Leia plush because the sale ends on Tuesday, Mom." And she and she was laughing. She was like, "I will do that. Yes." It's great. And she told me specifically that she is bringing her wolf princess and bisexual icon hoodie to the to the her Kentucky weekend. So I was like, "Wait until they're all drunk, Mom, and then get them to spend a lot of money on me." That's the plan. She's like, "Great, you got it." So, man, my dog ate an entire sub sandwich once like it was a walrus. Yeah, that sounds very Archer coded, honestly. You know what? He's pretty good. I can say, "No, don't," and he'll stop. One time he ate a dead bird. He was a puppy. That was pretty weirdly traumatic for me. 'Cause he wouldn't drop it, and I wouldn't, like, stick my hand in there and pull it out, so he just ended up eating it. I don't know what to tell you. I was really worried he was gonna be sick. He was fine. Do you know, like, Transformers? I do. I know and like Transformers. Hell yeah, Mama Thun. She's out there repping the merch. Damn right she is. Max ate an entire pizza. Sauce all over that was like a crime scene. That's incredible, Mom's the boss. I love that. One time, my dog ate my brother's double cheeseburger because he left it on the floor. I was like, "What did you expect?" Yeah, I mean, yeah, he left it on the floor. Who leaves a cheeseburger on the floor? What? I've met Peter Cullen and Frank Welker. They're voice actors, right? Yeah, Peter Cullen is Optimus Prime, no? No? Did I make that up? Your house is covered with fur, and so are your vehicles, just like mine. Pyalds says, "Hi, Leia and Archer." Hi, Pyalds. One time, my childhood cat got kidnapped and taken to the US. I'm from Germany, LOL. I don't know how to respond to that, Hannah. Wait, I'm confused. Wolf Princess merch is based on Leia, right? Yes, Inazuma Fox. Correct. She is a wolf princess and bisexual icon, obviously. Duh. He left the plate with it on the floor, and she took the. You okay? I understand what happened, Dancer Chronicles. You didn't. Why would someone put a burger on a plate and put the plate on the floor? That's the bit that I'm. You're losing me on. That's the bit you're losing me. Why would you put the burger on the plate and the plate on the floor? Plate on the table. That makes sense to me. That's where plates go. Are the dogs live? Yeah, they're just vibing. They're chilling. They're snoozing. Look at her. She's so beautiful. I'm obsessed with her. Dale Rice says, "OMG, hello." Dale Rice, I have bad news. I'm probably gonna end the live soon. Sorry. Pellinor says, "Floof." Correct, Pellinors. They're getting groomed tomorrow. I'm very excited about it. I'm very, very, very excited about it. So, Siberian, let me marry Archer. No, that would be weird and illegal. But thank you for asking. In my bed watching you guys. Life is good. Well, Crispers win. I'm about to end the live, and life's gonna be bad. My dogs are murderers, raccoons, groundhogs, etc., but no squirrels yet. Yeah, Puck and Chessa killed us. Puck killed a squirrel once. That was pretty traumatic because he brought it in the house. That was bad. And they both killed a groundhog once, a big groundhog. That was bad. That was pretty traumatic too. That was really bad. Thankfully, Archer and Leia haven't killed anything that I know of. Oh, that's not true. I think Archer killed a rat once. I came out on the deck one morning and he was fast asleep and there was a dead rat next to him. And so I put the pieces together. But I didn't see the crime go down. That was years ago. Do you like hockey? I very much do. I'm a Pittsburgh Penguins fan, so the game starts soon, doesn't it? Doesn't it start in like 30 minutes? I think. No, it wasn't a piece of rat. It was a single rat, but the rat was dead. So. Oh, they got eliminated yesterday? Oh, damn. I missed it. I missed it. Damn. What if the crows killed the rat and framed Archer? I can't rule it out. Well, actually, the crows all return to like this marshy area north of Seattle every night. So yeah, it is possible. I have seen the neighbor cat kill a mouse before. I watched it happen with my own two eyes. So it is possible. Hope the grooming appointment goes well. Mine definitely need a thorough and professional brushing, but they all have anxiety. I mean, yeah, well, same. Will there be a Husky Twitch stream? Rexy, I'm not gonna do a Twitch stream today. I would love to. I got a nap, frankly. I got such little sleep last night. I gotta reserve some time this afternoon for napping. Um, and I have a friend visiting. She's working until later this afternoon. I've never actually played The Last of Us 2. I played the first one, loved it. Never played the sequel. Is your neighbor's dog okay? I think so. I think they're doing great. June 10th. Mom's the boss. June 10th. This is a dentist appointment. Honestly, Jen, you were not wrong. Jen, by the way, lovely. I got to meet Jen in real life last month. Lovely human being. Gets a thumbs up from me. Last of Us 2 is a good game. Yeah, I hear exclusively good things. I mean, I love Naughty Dog. I just never happened to play Last of Us 2. So, do you like sheets? Great question, Airbus Boeing. Yes, I do like sheets. I do like sheets. Yeah. Why don't you double stream YouTube and Twitch? Because, honestly, the biggest reason is the YouTube algorithm. Because Twitch, I do game streaming and, y y YouTube doesn't like me to mix content. Yes, I've been to Wawa. Yes, I've been to Sheetz a bunch. I mean, I grew up in Pennsylvania, so how do you not go to Sheetz if you grow up in Pennsylvania? No, I don't have a preference one way or the other. Some people are like really like Sheetz is so much better than Wawa. I cannot tell the difference. I don't understand how people can tell the difference. So, have I ever played Jack? Yes, I played the Jack trilogy. Jack 1, Jack 2, Jack 3. Well, Jack and Daxter, Jack 2, Jack 3. Um, and I played a little bit of the PSP game, but I never beat it. It was really buggy for me, so I was just like, "Yeah, it's not worth it." What is Sheetz? Sheetz is like a fancy gas station. As fancy as gas stations can get. Sheetz isn't as fun as Wawa. See, I've never been in one long enough to, like, have that opinion. It's always like I'm on a road trip and I want a sandwich and, like, a Nutrageous. Nutrageous are so good. Ah, damn, why did I say that out loud? Now I just want a Nutrageous. They're incredible. Or like a Take 5. You guys ever have Take 5? Those are pretty good. American candy bars are so much worse than, like, other candy bars the world over, except when it comes to, like, the Reese's candy bars. Not even Reese's Cups. Reese's Cups are superior the world over because they use better chocolate. But I'm talking like like a Nutrageous, dang, that's some American innovation right there. They don't make them like that in Europe. Um, yeah, Sheetz, Buc-ee's, yeah. I don't know how to be brand loyal about that sort of thing, but, you know, you have so many more Reese's products, and it's so unfair. Yeah, I mean, that is the one but, like, everything else is worse. Squish. Like, literally everything else is worse. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, Take 5 is dope. I mean, Take 5, they're like, "Let's just throw some pretzel in here. Let's see what happens." Take 5 is a reckless confectionery, but that's the kind of danger that I welcome in my life. Have you ever had a toasted ravioli? You guys, you've been giving me the best questions so far, Wolfos. I cannot predict the questions you're gonna ask me. They are it's like you're rolling dice. Waynemus Prime with a €5 super chat. Thank you so much. See your shorts all the time. First time I've seen you stream. Hello from Ireland. Hello, Waynemus. Um, I'm so sorry. I'm about to end the line. Thanks for coming in and giving me money. Bye. I'm so excited we're getting Buc-ee's. Their sandwiches are amazing. Yeah. Yeah, Maggie. Yeah. There's no equivalent here in the Pacific Northwest. There's no like uh, uh, fancy gas station. Alas. Alas. Yeah, you do. You have stellar timing. Here's the good news, though, Waynemus. This will live on as a VOD. This will live on as a VOD. So, yeah. I might be doing a YouTube stream tomorrow. I will definitely be doing a Twitch stream tomorrow. I might be doing a YouTube stream tomorrow. So, we'll see. Will you watch the Soccer World Cup? Absolutely. Actually, Seattle is hosting some games, which I will not be going to. Yeah, honestly, I would love to go. It's just I don't want to spend the money. I don't want to spend the money. But you can find the streaming schedule for May here on YouTube. It's a post. It's also on Facebook and Patreon. If for some reason you don't want to look at it on YouTube. Um, yeah, I know that's part of it. That's part of the traffic problem. If you're referencing I don't know if you live in Seattle or if you're like referencing like my Instagram story from earlier today, but traffic was like ridiculous today. Um, They also closed down the major highway. It's down to 1 lane, and it's gonna be that way for a year, which is so stupid. Now they're reopening it for the World Cup in a month, but then they're gonna close it back down. Um, but yeah, I love the World Cup. So I hate FIFA. Pretty reprehensible organization, but boy, do I love the World Cup. The duality of man, am I right? Yeah, it's stupid. Yeah, American traffic's stupid. A lot of things in America are real stupid. I'm not gonna lie to you. The Americans are gonna butcher the commentary for the World Cup. I'm gonna level with you. We're getting better. Okay. Frankly, Taylor, since like 2014, I remember 2014 was a big year because that was the year that we got every Premier League game live. That seems stupid that it took that long for us to get every Premier League game live, but that is when we got it live. Um, it has improved. It is much, 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 much better. Much, 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 much better than it was. Um, uh, as far as teams I support, I equally support England and the US. Um, if they're playing against one another, I don't know who I'm rooting for. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Um, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, England and US. Every World Cup, every 4 years, I buy a US jersey and I buy an English jersey, England jersey. And yeah, that's what I do. That's how I get into it. I support 2 teams, Ireland and whoever's playing against England. Honestly, wait a minute, like fair. 100% correct take. Wait a minute. 100% the correct take. Listen, I mean, I had an English father, but my dad, boy, oh boy, did he hate the English people. He went to, even though he grew up in Warrington, which, you can take a you can take a ferry from Liverpool to Ireland. He never did it. So the first time he went to Ireland, he was in his 60s. And when he and my mom went on a vacation there, and they did like all the touristy things. They went to like the Guinness factory, whatever you want to call it. They kissed the Blarney Stone, like all the touristy stuff. And they came back and I called my dad and I was like, "Dad, how was the trip?" And he's like, "Jonathan, it was incredible." I was like, "Really?" And he was like, "Yeah, the Irish, Jonathan, they've got it all figured out. The English, they're so bloody miserable. But the Irish, they're onto something." So, yeah. And then a couple years later, in his late 60s, he got really into, like, Ancestry.com and genealogy. He got, like, super into it, and he started tracing back his family's roots, and he found out that in, like, the early 1800s, his, like, great-great-great-great-grandfather came to Warrington from Ireland, and he was floored by this. He was so ecstatic. He was like, "Jonathan, it all makes sense. Of course. I'm Irish. That explains my joie de vivre." So, yeah. Which frankly, I think is the most American thing that you can do, is to be a ruddy-cheeked, mediocre white man with a distended belly and claim Irish identity. That is the most American thing that you can do. So, yeah. Yasmin says, "The perfect accent." Thank you, Yasmin. It's not that impressive, though. I'm just doing an impression of my dad. Okay. Is your father Ringo Starr? They had kinda similar accents. I mean, Ringo's from Liverpool. Warrington is, like, 14 miles away from Liverpool. It's not that far. I mean, the Warringtonian accent is basically like a mix between Liverpudlian and Mancunian, which, like, is basically like a Mancunian accent with a lot of, like, noises, which is a hilarious joke if you're in the north of England. But if you're not, you're like, "I don't understand that." And that's fair. That's totally fair. We only have QT for fancy gas stations. I don't know QT. He was an MI6 spy. No, I've kinda confirmed that he's not Black Star. Although, I do think I am gonna do a FOIA, Freedom of Information Act request on my father, because I know he's in some file somewhere. Because he hung out with connected people, but I don't think I just think my family would have, like, a lot more money if he had been a spy. You know what I mean? I feel like we'd be living, like, a lot more comfortably. You're so real for that. I'm English, and I frequently mock my own country. That's fair. I mean, I'm a British citizen, I'm allowed. I've just decreed I'm allowed, but yeah. My daughter Fatima is now in college, Jonathan. She passed her exams. That's incredible. Congratulations, Yasmin. That's incredible. Congratulations. He may have been a spy, but it doesn't mean he was a good spy. Yeah, that's Doctor Who, honestly, fair. Okay, well, Carolyn, don't shit on a Circle K. Now that's a gas station. Capybara says, "What's your favorite sandwich?" I don't know why I read it like that. What's your favorite sandwich? Do you like kimchi? This is just very. I can't predict these questions, you guys. Wolvo's capybara. I have no clue where these. Do you like rock music? Thank you, Dave. I can't predict these questions. Okay, favorite sandwich. All right, I'm gonna. Well, hi, Fatima. Hello back. I say. Okay. Favorite sandwich. Okay. All right. Okay. You take a Kaiser roll and you cut it in half, and you uh then you take a big slice of buffalo mozzarella and you put it on one side of the Kaiser roll. And then on top of that, you layer pickled red onions and arugula and salt. Or if you're British, rocket. Arugula and rocket are the same thing. And then on the other half of the Kaiser bun, you add just like a little bit of olive oil and then some like balsamic glaze. And then you put that sandwich together and you eat it. There you go. That I think is my favorite sandwich. If I had to pick one. That's kind of the sandwich I'm craving right now, actually. I might make that. I might make that. No, I don't need a tomato on that. On something like that, I don't need a tomato. And if anything, I think that the tomato and the pickled red onion might clash a little bit. But if you do a tomato, always salt and pepper your tomatoes. I'll die on that hill. Always. All right, everyone. We've been going for over an hour and 20 minutes now. Ooh, toasted BLT. That sounds pretty dope. That does sound pretty dope, Squish. That does sound pretty dope. Strawberry or grape jelly? Always strawberry, in my humble opinion. No, thank you, Black Star. Thanks for putting up with me. This was so much fun, you guys. I had so much fun. Hopefully, I'll be back on YouTube tomorrow. I will definitely be on Twitch tomorrow. I might be on YouTube tomorrow. Marie, Laura the Dirt member for 6 months. Take care, Jonathan. Bye, Archer. Bye, Leia. Thank you for the stream. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Take a snoozy. Yeah, I'm gonna eat some lunch and then I'm gonna fall asleep. I don't know if you're supposed to do that from like a blood sugar perspective, but that's what I'm going to do. So, everyone, thanks for everything. This was so fun. I enjoyed hanging out with you. And hopefully I'll see you on Twitch tomorrow. And maybe I'll see you on YouTube tomorrow. Really depends on how tired I am. Oh, Maggie, thank you so much. Bye. Have a great rest of the day. No, thank you, Maggie. All right, everyone. Bye for now. Bye.